Cpayne Malik, 27 years old, carried a passport from Pakistan, where she was born, and she entered the U.S. on what they call a fiancé visa. This was back in 2014, while traveling with Saeed Farouk, her husband-to-be, and of course now fellow shooter. After passing a full U.S. background check, Malik slipped through the cracks. The big question now is it time to find tougher ways to vet immigrants entering the United States, because once in this country, it's been really hard to surveillance, particularly in the Muslim community, and certainly we see this more in the European nations as well. Joining me now, Eric Guster, criminal defense attorney, political commentator, Jillian, Melchior, and Cathy Taylor back with us. All right, you're the attorney. Listen, I know a lot of people saying a lot of things that sound like they go way beyond what's allowed in the Constitution, but there's got to be a way to make the vetting process more difficult.
There has to be a way.
Or that makes it work better.
When we look at this situation, this lady came in on a fiancé visa, which it appeared that by all investigation that we've seen so far, that she should have been okay. She may have been already radicalized, and we did not know about it. So I'm sure the FBI and other agencies are looking to see.
Visa? Does that mean like your fiancé's vouching for you, so we don't have to look into your background? What does it mean?
They do an investigation.
It's a fast track kind of thing, though.
It kind of is, and that's one of the problems that people have expressed. Why are these people being allowed to come in on the fiancé visa? Just like a green card, people are allowed to stay here without a lot of vetting. Same thing with fiancé visa.
You know what I don't understand, Cathy? Someone just came into the country in 2007 through whatever kind of visa. We don't have a photograph of her. I mean, come on, you got to be kidding me.
You have got to be kidding me, right? It is unbelievable, inexcusable. There are not enough words to describe it. We need to fix this visa situation. And we can come up with all the immigration laws in the world. We could try to keep all kinds of people out, but we have a policy that needs to be fixed. And it's not just people coming in here. You know, it was really interesting. We're worried about Syrian refugees. We took maybe 2,000, give or take, last year. Canada took 30,000. They're going to get on a visa and come right into the U.S. So,
well, yeah, of course, and we're talking about that with Europe as well.
That's right. It's not just direct visas. The visa programs need to be looked at. We have the technology. We need to improve the technology and enforcement and the tracking.
And this situation has definitely made some people really rethink about the Syrian refugees, quite frankly. Because when you know that this lady came in on a fiancé visa and we know how she got here, people are really rethinking, should we be tougher on the Syrian refugees coming in? So it's going to be an interesting...
Well, there's already a majority of Americans who thought it was a bad idea. Now that number is going to be in the 80s, 90s perhaps. I got to tell you, Jillian, a couple years ago I wanted to put a flagpole in my front yard. I had to jump through hoops. I still don't have a flagpole. I mean, what the hell? They make an American jump through hoops. You got to fill out paperwork, ask this person. But you can get a fiancé visa and stroll into the country and then vanish.
Yeah,
Get off the radar.
I think this definitely illustrates that some of the questions that we've had about the vetting system, about the immigration process, were completely valid and justified. That said, you know, my heart really hurts because I've interviewed a lot of these people. I know 1 in 10 Syrians are Christians, a lot of people in really dire situations, and this is going to make it much more difficult for them to
But it's the bleeding hearts like you that might be setting us up for you know, I mean, there's a point where you put your bleeding heart aside, isn't there, for the greater good?
I think that we certainly need to look at ways that we can strengthen our vetting system.
If you come from a country that's been bombed to hell and there are no records, I mean, what do you do then? I mean, at some point we got to say, listen, we want to help you, we'll send you some cash, food, or whatever, but we just can't take the risk, Cathy.
Well, right, and let's not forget that these people don't necessarily want to come to America, as great of a land as this is. They want to be more at home, and so we need to be working as an international coalition to help make that happen for them. Not everybody wants to come here today.